Welcome back to the Podcast That Rock, weekly podcast that talks about news in the world of rock, metal, alternative, and everything in between. My name is Luke.
My name is Alex.
And my name is Rowan.
Thank you all for tuning in on this Tuesday evening, December 17th. It's cold in some parts of the world. Today, here for me, it was 70, and that is wrong for December. It is naturally, obsessively wrong. But
that is weird.
That is just me, though, however. Thank you all again for tuning in. Hope you're all doing well. As always, if we get to 50 likes on the YouTube feed, we'll do a round of Festival Rock or Flop. If you give a $10 super chat or gift 3 YouTube memberships, you'll get your own random festival. And YouTube has added a new feature to set goals for super chats right in the chat. So, if there are actually 5 individual super chats of any amount, we'll do a random festival edition on that as well. So any 5, like 5 $2 super chats from different people, that all adds up. So, I crap on YouTube all the time. I need to be confident and make sure they're aware that I compliment them when they actually do something. So, did I say that right?
Thanks, YouTube.
YouTube always listens somehow. So, I wanted to make sure that I complimented them when they did something. So, someone just said in all caps, everyone must like the video. Man, even I'm not that aggressive with it, I don't think. So...
Thanks, dude.
Yes.
Yeah, doing our work for us.
We still appreciate the support. So, that being said, I guess it's time to jump into it for the main topic that kind of stems into different other topics as well and subtopics. But the big story that broke out over the weekend, because one member of Slipknot threatened to leak it, and another said it's finally coming out. Clown has confirmed of Slipknot that the 2007-2008 recorded album Look Outside Your Window will finally be coming out. It's finished, it's done processed, it's been handed over to the label, it's going to come out in 2025. That's weird.
Ooh.
That is so weird. This will be work from Slipknot members who have passed away over a decade ago. That's nuts. That's insane. I don't know. So
That is wild.
yeah. So to quote a couple members, I'm going to make sure I highlighted it. It might have disappeared, but I still have it. So Clown said in an interview about it, I did say it was going to be in 2004, and I gave it the best fight that I could to make it this year. What I can tell you is that I showed Corey the final artwork 2 days ago. It is happening, but unfortunately, because of Christmas and New Year's and the way business works, I cannot slide it in this year. But you have my word, Clown's word. It's out of my hands now. It's being moved on. The money has been spent, and there is a plan. The management has it, and it's coming out. That actually does have some weight. So now that it's completely finished project, money's been spent, a cover's there for it, and now it's with the label and management to help produce and promote it on a scale. Yeah, we're finally getting this long-lost album that was only talked about and almost became a meme. So,
Wild.
yeah. Any thoughts so far about Slipknot in new old music? From Alex or Rowan. Go ahead, Rowan.
I think it's just cool because, check me if I'm wrong here, these are like the last songs that they recorded with Paul and Joey, right?
Paul for sure. Joey, I believe so, or at least some of it, yes.
Yeah, but they're at the very end of their time with Slipknot and
Correct.
What they made with them. Yeah,
it was.
I remember
It was made during the All Hope Is Gone era, around that.
Yeah,
same time.
I know that, and I remember when they re-released All Hope Is Gone, when they did a deluxe edition, they grabbed some songs from that time.
Yes,
but just to have it all out there now, it's really cool. And also, by the way, seriously, I legit think Shawn was actually terrified of Jim with
leaking it,
threatening leaking it. Yeah.
Well, I think when Jim Root, guitarist for Slipknot, said, "I'm just going to put it on YouTube. I'm done with this crap." Who's also had some frustrations about other stuff before, but still being a team player, I think even said, fine, we'll do it this way. So we all need to thank Jim Root for finally pushing to get this done.
Yeah.
Honestly, motivation is motivation.
That's true. You know what's really motivating? Leaking something before you get to actually make money off it.
It's like a game of chicken or something like that, you know? It's
Kinda. Professional business chicken. Yes. You gonna do it this year?
Cool.
So I think it'll be good too, or at least be
I'm
interesting.
excited.
Yeah, I am too.
I think it's going to be interesting. Well, All Hope Is Gone is one of my favorite Slipknot albums. I mean, we've got some massive tracks from that record. So having it be in that same vein from the same time period, I'm excited to hear what they've got.
Yep, I am too. And I think about that also with Slipknot. The Slipknot eras, like the albums all have an individual identity. All Hope Is Gone is one that really gets slept on because it was not as heavy as Iowa. Or like Volume 3 even. That's fine. But still, there was a lot of good stuff on All Hope Is Gone. And if this is the same era where Slipknot was really going through some stuff and the members were, yeah, I'm definitely interested to see what they have for it.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
like All of Us Gone was the generation I got introduced to Slipknot in. This because it was before like Chapter 5, but like especially like songs like Psychosocial or Sulfur, that's like the entry songs to Slipknot for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think about it too. Corey said in an interview also, like a while back, that most of the songs have a more rock leaning style to them, kind of like Volume 3. So, like, okay, that means it's a little more accessible. It's not the full dragon roar intensity that Iowa was. So, I'm still very interested to see what they have in store for that. And again, this is by no way a rarity for a band to do something like this, but I do think it's interesting because this is the first time I've seen in a while that they finally release a full album's worth of material after so long. So many bands have B-side albums, just like random singles. That happens all the time. I don't know of a band that actually had a full album set ready to go, just never released until, 16, 17 years after they finished it?
Well, like the only other album with like that notoriety I could think of is Arrows by Deftones. I think someone even mentioned it in the chat when we first like brought up the story, but that's like also just like that's just like one of the albums that has gone down in history as like you're probably never gonna hear it, or it's just like it's gonna take a lot.
It's gonna take a lot, and that's another that was another stuff with like Chi Chang on it too before he passed away, which is also a big situation with that. Also, Deftones have had a lot. I love Deftones, one of my favorite bands. They've had their own issues over the past 2 years with their bassist from Quicksand saying he was never a full member of the band, even though they released 4 huge albums with them. He was never signed to Deftones. That was like kind of a kick in the gut. It's like, wow, you treated him, like strung him along for that long?
Yeah.
That sucks. Like, and I get you don't want to replace Chi, but at the same time, it's like, dang, he really was a big part of those albums and touring with you guys. It's living on the road with you for that long.
Yeah, no, they went the Metallica route. You know, it's like just like the bass is just like it never like mounted to like that same level of like status.
For everyone in the chat and listening on the podcast feeds, we are pro bassist on this podcast. You do not love your bassist enough. You need to give more love to the people that play bass in your life. Thank you.
And justice for Jason.
Exactly. He may be a millionaire and a part of one of the best-selling albums in music history with the Black Album. He's still got a raw deal. We still feel bad for the guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't care, but we care.
Yeah, I know, right? I do feel that Slipknot's going to have something fun with it. They're definitely going to have way more touring next year as well. Lots of fun stuff. Like going back to the Deftones discussion, Deftones also have had it rough because 1, minus a member, they have another touring member now. 2, one of their members is so in a fog, a green fog, that not only has he forgotten what shape the Earth is, he also doesn't believe in outer space, and he thinks the moon landing was fake, and he doesn't believe in the moon. All of things I'm saying are actually thoughts he has put out there and said in many interviews. So Chino's got a lot to deal with. You know, he can't just be making music over and over again. So, justice for Chino. Poor guy. It's like running a daycare for him sometimes.
We're advocates today.
Yes, we are. We got to look out for other people. That's really what it is. So, I do hope that also it comes out sooner than later. We know 2025. If we know labels and the music industry, they might push it out 6 months and have a big, long campaign. Release 1 song every month. You know, hype it up as much as possible to really get that revenue going. So,
I guess, yeah, but I feel like I'm just going by like Slipknot's history. They didn't really do that all that much. Like the only thing that comes to mind is that they did All Out Life, which wasn't even on We Are Not Your Kind. Mm-hmm. And I think the last thing they released was like they remixed one of the songs off of the story so far, or the end so far, and that's been it. So, like, track record-wise, they're not like that.
They're not. They're definitely not.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think side projects have calmed down a little bit. I think the Slipknot machine is going to start kicking back up with that. The tour, the self-titled tour, the 1999 tour, definitely proved there was still a market for Slipknot of all ages. So,
yeah,
we shall see.
The one thing, though, is that, like, you know, I know this is just, like, some old stuff that is just finally getting released, but I'm really excited to see what they record with Eloy, you know?
Oh, yeah. He's an amazing drummer. And as much as I love Jay Weinberg, Eloy is a great drummer as well. Also, Wolverines is great in the chat, who just gifted 5 Rocks memberships. We're going to have Wolverine Fest later. I kind of love that. Wolverine Fest. Woo. Finally. I'm an X-Men fan, so I'm okay with that. Thank you very much, Wolverines.
So, do you have any bands that are like that have like some sort of like comic book like sort of like image to them or something like that? That'd be awesome if we got them.
There has to be some out there. I just can't think of them. There's definitely Call my festival Six Sad Worlds. Legendaria, you got it, sir. Six Sad World Festival coming up at the end of the podcast. You got it, Wolverines.
Oh yeah.
So moving on to the second section of this, with Clown going on the interview circuit and talking about different things. Clown was asked about bands being headliners in festivals. The headline of the article: are Rock and Metal Futures Festival headliners horrible? Now, that sounds harsh, right? Here's what Clown has to say. And again, if you've ever heard an interview from Clown, he sometimes loses the plot in his own train of thought. And he's like, when he's trying to describe something, or like try to rationalize his thought. So stick with me. I'm going to read it verbatim. But I think I got a good grasp on what he was trying to say.
You're going to be our translator. Got it.
Yeah, Clown translator. I'm going to try my best. I'm not certified, but still, I'll try my best. Okay. So the setup, yeah, no. The setup was Clown was asked about Sleep Token headlining Download Fest, and like a newer band in rock and metal finally getting a headline spot, and it's not just acts that have been around for 20, 30 years. So, the fans let the business people know what to do. The fans speak, and the business people listen. They have their niche, and they have a fan base. Sleep Token. It doesn't matter if it has divided download fans, because that means 50% are getting what they want. So 50% of downloaded fans and are still getting what they want at Sleep Token, and Sleep Token's going to sell it out anyway. It works. Ultimately, if they are a good band, and if they work hard, as it seems like they do, they deserve everything they get. Okay, so is everyone on the same page right now? Just understand what's going on so far. With Sleep Token, like his opinion on that. Okay. Second paragraph. When he was asked about whether it's on festival organizers to elevate bands, and we've talked about this before, Clown said, there are so many horrible bands who are going to be our future headliners. Great bands are being pushed into these new circumstances. What else do we have without artists like that? A bunch of crap bands that won't draw tickets. So he's not talking about Sleep Token. He's talking about other bands who are going to get pushed into those spots for other reasons. So yes, the business people need to take chances and push these few good bands in the right direction. So, what he's saying is he's aware and he knows that there are going to be some terrible bands headlining festivals in the not too distant future. Whether that's legacy bands or whether that's bands that are newer but just not great, that's going to be an issue. So something like Download happening, which we've all commended, doing something right should be pointed out. Now, he also says in the article, he does not list any names. He does not name any names of who he thinks is horrible and who's going to headline, blah, blah, nothing like that. I'm sure he wanted to, but he probably had a publicist chiming in, don't you say a word, don't you say anything, you know, glaring at him from across the room or something. So, any thoughts on this? Because I do understand at least what he's saying about this, worrying about the future with a potential festival headliners, whether in Europe, US, Australia, South America, wherever. And if they suck, that's going to set everything back.
Yeah.
So
I think he's got a valid point. Totally clickbaity headline all across the board on this coverage. It's like, okay, he's not completely dogging on every single band out there right now. He's not dogging on like the headliners that we've got, like Sleep Token or, like Bring Me the Horizon type stuff, which he also mentioned. He's making fair, valid points. He sees a lot of what we all see, and he's just speaking out on it without speaking directly to certain names.
Okay, so in the chat, people are trying to guess who it is. We have Hardy, Machine Gun Kelly, and Motley Crue, and Falling in Reverse. He didn't say any names. Those are just names that you all thought of, and I'm reading out loud because maybe I agree with some of them. That's different. That's not what Clown said. Making sure everyone on the podcast feed knows that. I can't really make an argument without knowing examples of what he thinks, because he does have a point. And that goes for any genres, too, even country. If they had a country festival and one of the country headliners just was awful, it's going to make everything look bad for a little bit.
Yeah, I think what he's alluding to is that, like, some of these headliners are kind of like, I don't want to go all the way into industry plant, but they're getting the headline because of, like, some politics or something behind the scenes, you know?
That does
something
happen.
Being perpetuated by the label, really.
Yes, that does happen. And I'm not saying it's full payola where the labels are paying a festival promoters or a company. It's like, hey, make this your headliner. Wink. You know? I'm not saying it's to that level. I'm not saying that can't happen either. I'm just saying if we keep either relying on terrible legacy names or we push the wrong group that we know is not going to work out, yeah, there's a lot of room. There's a big margin of error that could cause a huge cataclysmic failing. I mean, Sick New World relied on the biggest names, and they couldn't even sell a third of the tickets. And you can't say, well, no one wanted to see Metallica or Linkin Park. They were touring through the rest of the year. Okay, that's fine, but that's still not on Metallica or Linkin Park, who are selling tickets in their own way. It's on the festival. So festivals have to choose wisely.
Well, and that's the thing, too. You have to know that you have... So let's take like the Grammys or something as a perfect example of this. We know that they don't actually know what we actually like. So as long as we don't get too many festival, promoters putting stuff together based on what they think or, the suit mentality, then it will be better.
Yes, the suit mentality. Money, money, money. What's popular with the kids these days? That's the type of thing. So
what's a name that most of America can recognize?
That's something that you would think they go through, but then I look at some like DWP festival stuff who have relied on the same headliners for many years now. Not just like a few, but they've been relying on the same headliners for a long time. And some of these bands I like. So even festivals that do work out well have that issue. Like everyone's either gun shy to take a chance or they don't know who to push. Download's going to be this industry eyes on. Like all the eyes of the industry will be on that to make sure it goes well, because if it does, that's a huge stepping point for a lot of bands of this generation. So, no pressure, Sleep Token. You better step it up and not get sick day of, like you did in New York. Just wear a mask and drink NyQuil every night. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure that's what you need to do. So yeah.
Have like a weird NyQuil's diaries release or something.
Ooh, and I bet that Vessel, I bet they can make something wonky with that. Vessel on NyQuil, yeah.
It's like what's the term gonzo storytelling? It's like what the guy who did Fear and Loathing did. Like, it's just like if we have Vessel's point of view for that type of thing, that would sell easily.
Oh yeah, him crooning and getting all R&B with like a fever dream, and then it turns into a metal solo, and that's just one song. Yeah.
He literally sees like Sleep, the god he worships, or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is too. Sleep, like there's a god, that's their deity.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump ahead out of order because you know what? Because Sleep Token came up. Quick congratulations to Sleep Token, their first gold certification in the United States for a single, The Summoning, off of Take Me Back to Eden. Yeah. Well timed on the queue. That's huge. And I do think TikTok and streaming helped massively. Like that was the song people were like trying to test out, like, okay, reacting to Sleep Token, never knowing who it was. And The Summoning's one that has like 19 subgenres all bridged together. So good for them. Good. See?
Absolutely.
We're trying to be a positive podcast. Remember that
TikTok
was the goal?
can do some good.
It can, but we're getting rid of TikTok real soon, so.
I mean, at least we had one good thing come out of it.
We did, yeah. Oddly enough, just one.
The one.
Hey, you know what? That's one more good thing that a lot of other social media companies actually have done. So that's fine with me. I also got to say,
I would say worth it. I will take that trade.
Yeah, I would too.
The collective brain rot of our society.
I would too. Yeah, for those who are not aware, TikTok got denied all their appeals, and they're trying to take it to Supreme Court, where they're going to get denied also. So This is just a free bit of advice. If you have a TikTok account you posted videos on, download them now, because they're going away. So, I'm glad we had that little respite of positivity, because we were talking about festivals and festival headliners and festival booking and festival failures. And now we have to talk about a festival that both Alex and Rowan both pointed out to me before I could even share it with them.
Yeah. Dang it.
So, I said in my most recent video about the Festival Madness of 2024, they have to fix how festivals are run and planned and booked in the United States. They have to. Otherwise, 2025 is going to look like Boardwalk Fest in Ocean City, Maryland, May 17th and 18th. Headlined Day 1 by Def Leppard and Motley Crue, Day 2, Nickelback and Shinedown. Now, while the chat reacts to this image I'm sharing on screen, I'll say right now, Day 2 is not worth hating. It's not, guys. It's really not. You have to literally try to be angry and hate Day 2. I
just think it's so funny.
It is. Go ahead.
I just feel like whoever like made the lineup for Day 1 is like your nemesis in terms of music taste.
I admit it's the anti-rock fest. Is that what you're trying to say?
Kinda, yeah.
And it's somewhat that is driving distance for where we are. Like, it's not close, but I'm saying it's too close to not fly to. Like, I wouldn't fly to it. So,
I'm just now noticing Kat Von D. Did she even do music? I thought she was like a tattoo artist.
She's a DJ, if I'm correct. She'll do a DJ set.
God.
Because this festival looks like it wants a DJ set, right? Am I reading that correctly?
By the way, Motley Crue and Def Leppard fans, old, hard rock, glam metal, that's what they want. DJ rave music.
Someone just said the chat, Nightmare Blunt rotation. This would be the Nightmare Skull Tobacco Dip rotation at this festival. That's what they would be passing around. Now, we get to the lineup, and whether you like these bands or not, that's fine. My wife came to me the day this was announced saying, I feel bad for Hailstorm. To which I said, I feel bad for Chevelle. And I can't look past Day 1. People know I'm not a Puddle of Mud fan. But the fact that someone actually is booking Trapped in 2025 at a festival means you are completely out of touch and you aren't aware of what Trapped's done, or you know and you don't care, and it's just whatever.
Singer probably is happy, though, to be playing somewhere that's not a bar and grill.
That he doesn't have to, move across from the waiters so they can get their food to the table? Yes, probably.
Yeah.
So
It's gotta be a nice change of scenery.
Also, the Struts on the same side stage with Puddle of Mud and Trapped, that doesn't seem fair. That seems...
It's so weird.
I
think they stole Rock or Flop to make this festival.
They better not have, because that means they actually did make Anti-Rock Fest. They used our idea and then just kept going until they knew something we didn't like.
They were lurking on an episode previously. They saw the Rock or Flop thing and they were like, "Oh my god, that's genius!"
I don't have
the wheel. See what happens.
I don't have to think.
I don't have to do the actual work. I just pick these bands, and of course, Puddle of Mud and Trapped are going to say yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So
it's like a 70-year-old man making the lineup. So when he thinks an AI is picking out the thing, the computer knows best.
Yes. Well, you look at the lineup: Def Leppard and Motley Crue headlining. 70 years old actually is not too far of a ballpark to really imagine it. So sure. I would also, before we go into more details on Ocean City and Boardwalk Fest, I saw many people on social media on the post for this saying, Ocean City residents in the area, this town is not made for a big festival. It's not middle of nowhere by any means. That doesn't mean it's made for a festival with lots of people to travel to. Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Nickelback, Shinedown, those are bigger shows and bigger audiences. How are you going to get them all in?
Oh no, I didn't even think of that. I'm like, of course it's got to be some big city or something.
Yeah. So Ocean City's by no means middle of nowhere. That's the thing. However, that doesn't mean it's a big, easily accessible area. That's a big problem. So we got that. It just says Ocean City, Maryland. Also, it doesn't say the actual venue. Boy, does that convey confidence, by the way. It's on they're already selling tickets. No, it is not sold out the first week. I don't care what the all 2-day tickets are selling fast. No. There's plenty of tickets available. So This is where I hide the screen so no one can see it online. We're going to play our favorite Guess the Price game, because I'm pretty sure Alex and Rowan have not seen the prices yet. Now.
Oh, I am so expecting they're overcharging.
So, we're going to start at, I just want to make sure, the only things that are sold out are like the extreme VIP stuff, okay? And I'll get to what all that is later. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I see selling fast. No, not even those have sold out that badly yet. Okay, yeah, I take it back. The 2-day Ultimate and 2-day Platinum packages have sold out. So if you really have the money and want to spend it on this, you're out of luck. You have to be on a waiting list, which is literally what it says on wait list. So, how much for a 2-day general admission? And what you get for general admission, performances on multiple stages along the Ocean City Inlet on the beach at Boardwalk. So they're just setting up the stages on the boardwalk, on the inlet. This is a recipe for disaster. This right here, what I just said, is a straight up nightmare disaster for, like, projecting all this. Okay. Food choices from regional and local vendors, including vegetarian, vegan, and gluten-free options. Food trucks. You don't get free food. I'm just saying you'll have options to choose what you want.
Yeah.
Yay.
Bars, concessions, official band merch, festival merch, free water stations throughout the park. Children 8 and under get in free. Okay.
Oh, that's nice. You can bring the kids along to your crappy
if
music
you
festival.
Bring children to Trapped in Puddle of Mud, we're going to have social services waiting at the exits. You can just drop them off and say goodbye.
This really is made for all the divorced dads. This is what you do when you have your child for the weekend.
Oh, they're going to have a kiddie area. I don't have to watch Junior. Do you even care? It's my weekend for him. Ping! You know.
And the mother will use that as evidence in court to have full custody.
How much? How much for a 2-day general admission? What I just read. This is bare bones. You get nothing else. You get entrance. Alex,
Say $750.
Alex, $750. Okay, Rowan.
$750.
I'm making my choice based on how much I am willing to pay. Maximum $20. I could take some solace in just jamming out to a comfortable liar.
Okay, it's somewhere in the middle. Technically, Rowan wins because he did not go over. General admission, $240 for the lowest of the low. Yes. For 2 days.
I was thinking it was going to be massively overpriced for each day.
I did as well. But the fact that it's just stages on an Ocean City Inlet beach, that's not a venue. You're putting beaches out or stages outside. That is not structured and organized. This is going to be awful. So, Alex, we're going to send you there. You're going to report for us, interview who you can, and let us know how it goes.
Why me?
Because you lost.
You're a oh my god!
I didn't go over. You did.
The worst game show ever. Just now.
The
Oh
price
my
is
God.
right. Dang it.
Oh, do I have it? No, I don't have the Price is Right losing horn queued up. I have it somewhere else, though. That would
be
perfect.
an amazing game show, though. It's like you don't win anything good. Just nothing bad happens.
You're
to
playing
you.
so you don't get punished. That's the game.
Yeah.
So,
That's the prize.
Okay.
That was good, Rowan.
Yes.
Still mad at you about it, though.
Yes.
Definitely.
Alex, you know, it would have been funny if you'd have thought of it for someone else. So.
Absolutely. That's why I gave him the kudos. He deserved it.
GA Plus. So, this is where it gets a little bit more wonky. GA Plus. Hide it from the screen. I think people are said, I won't hide this from the screen. $390, $100, $150 more for a GA Plus ticket. What's the plus? Amenities of comfort and access. Unlimited access to GA Plus lounge with shade and relaxed seating. Another festival where shade is a luxury. I despise that. I don't care how great the festival promoters are and what they are. Shade should not be a luxurious item. No, luxurious. I couldn't even say it right. Upgraded air-conditioned restrooms, that I've heard of before with upgraded packages. Private bar with drinks for purchase, plus complimentary water. On-site GA Plus hospitality staff, a dedicated team to assist you with your needs and answer questions at the festival. And then access to everything below. And that's how all the packages are. That's $390. Gonna keep going. They have the nice little map. If you can see it on screen right now, you have the map of 3 stages, a main stage, right on the beach. Oh, I hate looking at this already. A second stage also half on the beach? Someone else in the chat or Alex and Rowan looking at this, can explain to me how the second stage works.
And no, it's like split down the middle. I'm guessing the gray is like the boardwalk, right? So
Yes.
it's like,
So they're making
So
a stage that's gonna like be way taller and way deeper over the beach then?
you're gonna have levels to your mosh pits. That's gonna be interesting.
What? And the trap stage, the third stage, closest to the area where the park is, like the entrance is, to make sure people come after Trapped and they can see when they leave. That's when people know, okay, Trapped just got off stage, we can actually enter. I'm looking at that main stage, cramming all those people. I don't care how big the stage is supposed to be. I'm looking at that map. That's a nightmare.
Yeah. I get it.
At night, by the way, for those who are not familiar with beach life, being on the beach at night is way different. Also,
It's freezing.
It'll be on the May 17th, so it'll be warm enough, but it'll be way colder. But also, the Motley Crue and Nickelback crowds tend to have a little bit of alcohol in their systems at these shows. Just a touch.
Oh.
And you're going to put them that close to open water? Is that the plan?
They need to have like all the just take the beach clothes. Have like your lifeguards on standby
Yes.
in the ATVs.
Like actually have the little Coast Guard with the full scuba packs on just waiting.
Yeah.
2-day VIPs at $745. $745. Dedicated viewing platform at main stage. That's what you saw on the map. That dedicated platform. It's like, okay. Access to dedicated viewing areas everywhere else. Just behind Platinum, which is the next one. You don't get up close on the dedicated view. Just you get on the dedicated view. Amenities, upgraded, blah, 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 blah. More special conveniences. Lockers and mobile charging units for rent. $745. You don't even get a locker out of that. And everything else. So, while I hide this, we're going to skip ahead because we have other stuff to cover. We're going to go all the way up. How much, Alex and Rowan, this is redemption for Alex and Rowan. We'll have Rowan go first. For the 2-day ultimate package, the ultimate ticket, for one ticket, for 2 days ultimate. That includes exclusive front of stage viewing. Not side, front. Like you're plopped right into the photo pit almost.
Yeah, you're in the pit. Yeah. Okay.
Exclusive on-stage viewing. Available at main stage and second stage pending artist approval. You get side stage if you pay for it. Do you see how many problems can come with this? Okay. Golf cart transportation. Catch a ride from Platinum Lounge to all stages, so you can be shuttled around on a golf cart on the beach between Puddle of Mud and Kat Von D. Access to Artist Bar. Exclusive Ultimo Festival gifts. Redeemable at Platinum Concierge t-shirts. Let's be honest, t-shirts. And everything else below it.
Okay, is that it?
And everything else below it, yes. How much for one ticket for the ultimate at Boardwalk Fest?
It was what, $290 for the for GA. I'm gonna guess $500 for the deluxe.
For the ultimate, you're saying $500?
Yeah.
Okay, Alex.
$825.
Okay. Alex wins. Yes. But you're both not even close at all. For the ultimate package, one ticket, $3,950.
Oh.
Would you like to pay? Would you like to pay your mortgage and car payments, or would you like to go to Boardwalk Rock?
Would you like to go see Trapped in Puddle of Mud in luxury?
In luxury, yes. They have like a short red carpet from the golf cart as you get out. So,
thank you.
This one person, it says this one person ultimate package, $4,000, and I can only buy myself. What if I want to have my wife with me? No, Gretchen, I would never ever take you to this.
By the way, imagine like you're at this concert, you see the one guy get in the golf cart after Motley Crue. That's gotta be a sight, right?
With his top hat and monocle, making sure he's looking down at the pores. Yes.
No, he's just as filthy and sweaty as everyone else. He does not look any different.
People have money. People will spend it. That map's a nightmare. That was our Boardwalk Rock discussion.
I love capitalism.
I'm sorry I brought that all to your attention, but this one actually has me worried. Thoughts? Questions? Concerns? I know I have much of the latter.
Concerns, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
There are concerns.
Once we hear more, because nothing's sold out outside of those super deluxe packages, somehow. Again, people have money. They're going to spend it. But we'll let you know. Someone just said, okay, I think this is a scam. It's been advertised by all the bands. It's legit. So, also my wife just said, I saw a sign down post about this festival and got so excited since it's near us. Then I saw the lineup and was immediately made sad. Yes. Yes. And thank you, Paul, for the super chat. Very much appreciated. Hope you're doing well.
You know, that sucks. That sucks. There's a couple bands where it's I would love to see these guys, but it's with the lineups, I'm not willing to put up with everything else. Especially
on a beach in a town that is not made for this. That's awful. So
yeah.
Someone else said in chat, so how did you end up going homeless? Well, it's a long story, but I bought tickets to Boardwalk Fest and I couldn't stop myself. So
wanted to see Motley Crue and Puddle of Mud.
Yeah.
On the beach.
And Trapped was there too. They were cool.
Yeah.
That song Headstrong? Remember that from 2000?
No, you don't? Well, they played it anyway. All right, we're going to move on because I want to move on to something. Loudwire posted their best rock albums of 2024. We don't have time to get through all of them. The number one, though, I want to get to because I want to make a point about this. Number one, this list was compiled about 3 or 4 people at Loudwire, so it's a collective thing. Ranked number one album of 2024 from Loudwire, Linkin Park's From Zero. Now, some people are going to say that for just to hype it up in the name. I have seen people say they love this album. I think it's interesting.
It was a good album for the year, definitely.
No, yeah, seriously. I have some friends who are I've been playing this album nonstop since it came out.
Are you also aware that Linkin Park was the number one streamed rock band on Spotify this year, beating Metallica?
Yeah.
By a lot.
I did hear that.
By a lot. So, for all of the naysayers, the concerned people about Linkin Park, people on the fence, yeah, Linkin Park's doing just fine in 2024. Just fine. I just thought that was interesting. Because, again, it feels like it came out months ago. It came out November 15th. Doesn't it feel like it's been out a year? Yeah, does it feel like it's been a year? Is time time's just diluted for me. I'm sorry. Bleh.
Well, I think it's just because
it's been a weird year.
Yeah.
Songs like The Emptiest Machine and Heavy as the Crown have been out for months now, and they are everywhere. Even when they first came out. I think that's why everyone thinks it's been longer.
Sure. And that's fair too. Ever since that live stream performance when they debuted with The Emptiness Machine. But like them or not, like the album or not, like the choice that they made or not, yeah, it worked. You cannot say it was not successful. It definitely was, to a point that we haven't seen in a long time. So
the marketing teams at labels need to take notes on what they did.
On how to do a comeback. This has been a year for comebacks, by the way. Big show. I talk about that on my upcoming list for best albums of 2024. There have been a lot of bands that made great comebacks this year, and this was a good year for music. It really was. Whether you like all these certain bands or not, you can't deny there was a flood of a lot of good content with variety. There was the trend chasing died down a little bit, and there's more variety, more artists popping off and being actually unique to themselves. I'm all for that.
Eyes on it all, by the way.
There are, in a good way. So, yeah. I just wanted to point that out. I think it's interesting. We'll see what else there is. I don't want to go through the rest of the list. I peeked at it. I don't want to spend time either complaining or being the whiner because I saw some of the order.
Can we at least mention number 3?
How about I just mention a number 2 that I want to take on it? Get it? A poo joke. Rowan is, of course, referring to the number 3 album of 2024 from Loudwire being Falling in Reverse's Popular Monster, which, according to Loudwire, beat out The Cure's Songs for a Lost World at number 4. I don't know. I feel like there should be a little bit of delineation and difference between The Cure and Falling in Reverse, but that's just me. Loudwire does a great job Go ahead, Alex. Save me, and Alex and Rowan, save me from saying something awful.
Why isn't Poppy on this list? I mean,
I agree. Now they said
why?
rock. They did say rock album, so maybe they delineated and said that for metal. So I'll at least give them a little bit of a curve on that. Fine.
Okay, fine.
But they have like, I don't know, with like even what. No, sorry, I was thinking like what Bad Omens did with Poppy this year. Would that count?
I mean, that was just one song.
We're talking albums.
Yeah, this is albums.
Yeah, no, but it was like a whole like.
Bring Me the Horizon.
Right?
Bring Me the Horizon, number 6. Smashing Pumpkins' latest album, I didn't even listen to it, I'll be honest. Number 7, Black Crowes. Pearl Jam's Dark Matter, so Falling in Reverse, way higher than Pearl Jam. Boy, is that a weird thing to say. And then Green Day Saviors, that came out in January. So, that's Loudwire's list. Made up of, like, I think it was like 3 or 4 people that contributed and, like, ranked them all and got together and wrote the little blurbs. People complain about my list, too. They're going to complain about my list when I release it on Monday or Sunday, whenever I get it done and can post it. People will be upset that I didn't include their favorites, and that's how it always is. So when we have our year-end podcast, like the last Monday or Tuesday of the year, I'll give some time to Alex and Rowan so they can talk about their favorites, their best albums. And you're not allowed to disagree with them. You can disagree with me, but when you can't disagree with them, that's the rules. Sorry. That's just how it is.
We're untouchable.
I feel happy I live in a country that Ronnie is banned from. Goodness. Oh. I will. Okay, before we move on, and we're running out of time, I need to stop obsessing on stuff. Ronnie Radke, and they talked about it in his blurb, about how he has taken on the label of being uncancelable. UK canceled him pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, they really stopped him. So, that's just me. Moving on. There's 2 bands that are going to be taking a break in 2025. And the way I see it, I kind of understand. The first one had an appearance live with Santa Claus. Bring Me the Horizon. They had a Santa Claus come out and play Antivis with him and sing and scream. See, it's the holiday season. That's how you do the holidays in Mexico City. Mexico City gets a lot of good stuff, by the way. That's where Ghost does a lot of their wild stuff, too, like their reveals and everything. That's where they kill off papas and stuff. So, good for Mexico City for getting something fun. Reason I say this, Bring Me the Horizon and especially Ollie Sykes are fried. They continuously made content during pandemic with the post-human stuff. They toured nonstop the last year and a half around the world, and he said his brain is just fried. We need time to recharge our batteries and have that time away because we haven't. We have to properly slam the brakes before the next record. Yeah. Well, it sucks that these bands, and Bring Me the Horizon is a big selling name, have to live on the road for years at a time.
It sucks. That's the nature of the music industry today.
It is.
Like after a while, the body is not meant for that.
No. Especially nonstop international travel for years at a time. Yeah. Along the same vein, In This Moment said they will be taking a step away and taking a full break to focus on the next chapter of music, but also take time off of the road because they toured a lot the last year and a half with Ice Nine Kills. A lot.
Yeah. They've been going a lot for like the past decade.
They have. Even like pandemic probably drove them insane because that's what they're used to. They make most of their money at their live shows. Their live shows are their meal ticket in this moment with the big production they do. Even I can see and say something like, yeah, they definitely need a break. They lived on the road. I don't even think they knew what their homes looked like after a while. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, they deserve it. Obviously, both of these bands need to take time away.
Their last album, God Mode, came out in 2023, which is like if The Matrix made a 2023 metalcore, metal style album, that's what it would sound like. I kind of liked it. I liked it for that novelty. It was different for In This Moment, too. But that was October 23. So it's been over a year. They've been writing that for a while. Yeah, it sucks. I just wish bands had more time to do the things they love, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
But they can't. They're not people. They're entertainers. There is a big difference.
There's a big hustle in this day and age. You gotta keep up with it.
It is. And there are people in suits making sure these bands, these entertainers, don't rest. Because if you rest, you can't make money.
These damn suits.
Yeah, that's correct. Someone's got to pay for the suit. Somebody does. Not going to be them. Got to be the band. So, Sell more T-shirts so I can get a suit. Ooh, it's weird how perfectly that fits. Ugh.
Guys, really, this is just getting taking too long. We're going to have AI design all our merch. Is that cool with you?
Ooh.
I can get it for cheaper.
It shouldn't be, but apparently bands are already doing it, so I can't say that's not possible. Moving on. First, we're going to talk about upcoming tours and festivals. Well, not festivals itself, but tours that got announced. Alex had more work ahead of her, despite being a week away from Christmas. Alex, would you like to go through any tours that came up this past week?
Yes, we've got some very exciting ones. Ice Nine Kills are hitting the road. This one
nice.
is super rad because if you're a fan of Ice Nine Kills, obviously they even make the joke themselves. They didn't come into their own until the Silver Scream, right?
Uh-huh.
So, fans of the Silver Scream and Welcome to Horrorwood, super stoked about this because they're doing 2 nights of each stop and playing through both entire albums.
Yes.
So that's going to be super rad.
It's a good idea. It makes me wonder, too, about the first, Silver Scream. That was 2018. Over 6 years ago. It's weird to think that. And the second one came out during pandemic. So.
Yeah. Well, and their first album before Silver Scream, they focused on like books and stuff. But
yeah.
I mean, they even said it themselves. They really honed in on what they've got going here on the Silver Scream. And I love that album. So
yeah,
that's going to be a great tour that kicks off in April and goes through June. We've also got Static X just announced a bunch of U.S. dates. They've got Gwar, Dope, and A Killer's Confession on tap for this one.
That is going to be a loud, dumb, fun concert. I'm excited.
You got Static X and Gwar. That's gotta be the best live show you could come up with.
That's a fun one. You go there to have fun. That's great. I think that's a perfect booking, perfect pairing. It's not coming near me, but maybe they'll have a leg too.
Yeah, I'm super stoked about this. Static X, I love what they're doing. We've talked about it many a time here. So that'll be a fun show to go see. So if you have a date near you, don't miss that one.
Yes.
We've also got Hollywood Undead and Tech Nine. They're hitting the road together in 2025. That is also going to be April and May.
That's an interesting one because they've worked together before, so it's not like they're like strangers to each other by any means. But that's going to be a different vibe for that one for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of, we've seen so many festivals and collaborations where we have some of these like, rap metal or rap rock or, hip hop overlay. And we all know Tech Nine is a big old metalhead himself and he loves it.
Yeah.
So having him hit the road, I'm not saying, Hollywood Undead is like the heaviest metal on the planet that ever lived. But
the Hollywood Undead fans are going to come after me for that one, and I think that's hilarious. So
I would say that there's enough overlap in like the rap rock that it doesn't sound so out of place. You know what I mean?
Right. Agreed.
I'm not talking smack on any of these artists by any means. I'm just saying we're not sending Tech Nine out on the road with Slayer or something. So this makes sense.
Yeah,
absolutely. We got 2 super chats, by the way, like 2 individuals. If we get 3 more, we'll do an additional Rock or Flop Day. We might have a 3-day festival if we get the like goal as well. So thank you guys so much for that.
I think we did get the like goal.
Did we? I haven't refreshed, so I haven't been able to check yet.
Refresh right now. We are at 50.
We're at 50 even. So we at least have 2 days worth of festivals to book, possibly a third if more super chats come in. $2
I'll
super
go through the rest of these quickly.
Sure.
So we can get to all of our super awesome festivals. I'll get through the rest of the tours quickly.
Yes.
We've got the Melvins are doing a couple of California tour dates before they hit the road with Napalm Death.
Okay.
We've got Whitechapel. They just announced a North American tour.
Awesome. I'm excited for that one.
Kim Dracula. Yeah, that one will be fun. I like Whitechapel a lot.
Yeah.
Kim Dracula and Hannibal are going to hit the road this spring.
That's also a unique pairing.
Kim Dracula is super rad if you've not had a chance to see them.
Hannibal, I've heard a lot of Hannibal too. They're a blast. The Japanese all-girl band, they're great. So
that'll be fun. And then Fozzy just announced a spring 2025 tour as well.
There you go. 25 years of Fozzy, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
That's
25.
bonkers.
This is their 25th anniversary tour. Yeah.
25 years of Chris Jericho in a rock band while he wrestles and does his cruise. So can't say he doesn't put in the work. Whether you like Fozzy or not, he puts in the work. So all right. If I'm correct, Rowan, there's no big albums coming out this Friday, the 21st?
Nope.
Is that the 21st, 20th, whatever? My days are blurring into each other.
This Friday, yeah.
There you go. So we're going to take a moment. Last few weeks, we've been talking about like individual albums that we've loved from the past decades, the 80s, the 90s, 2000s. This week, we're at the 2010s. So we're going to go one by one, spend a little bit of time, and give you guys some homework to catch up on some albums that we loved in past decades. Alex, I'm going to have you go first. What is your album that you wanted to bring up from the 2010s?
My album from the 2010s is A Star-Crossed Wasteland by In This Moment. So the first 3 In This Moment albums are super important to me. I love those albums so much, and it's so funny because most In This Moment fans now don't even realize these albums existed.
Correct.
Because all of the new In This Moment fans, and nothing against it by any means, most fans either discovered In This Moment, Blood, or later.
Yes.
And those first 3 albums, to me personally, are amazing. I can listen to them front to back all the way through, still to this day. And A Star-Crossed Wasteland was like that. As soon as it released, it was right there in my car CD player, and I could still put it on today and just listen to it front to back.
Yep. That was
Nice.
That was in the peak of the metalcore craze, and they were true metalcore hanging with everybody. So big album for them. I think that was that the last one before Blood?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, okay, so that was before the band member change and stuff. So that's one worth checking out from Alice's recommendation. Rowan, how about you?
My 2010 album is going to be Torches by Foster the People. Like, I know we all know Pumped Up Kicks. It's the poster boy for songs that are sound upbeat but have super dark lyrics. I'm telling you right now, Pumped Up Kicks is not even in the top 5 for me off that album. Like, that whole album is just like, it's so comforting to me. Songs like Hell in a Beat or like Ransom. It's just like, I can just get like lost in it and just kind of like just listen to some genuinely great pop music. I know it's probably not like necessarily the criteria of the other stuff we discuss on this channel, but like,
this falls more into the alternative and indie side of that. It's not full on pop on it, so I think it still qualifies for what we're talking about.
yeah. Also, it just also just like holds like so much nostalgia for me. It's just like such a comfort food album.
There you go. That's a good way to say it.
Yeah.
Mine
Awesome.
goes into a different direction with Purple from Baroness, my favorite album of 2015. For those who are not aware, the singer and rhythm guitarist John did the artwork for this one, as he does for all the Baroness albums. He's a painter as well. This was the album that followed Yellow and Green, which was a double album that was a big movement album for Baroness. And then a bus wreck happened, and 2 of the band members had to leave, and it was a big nightmare. And how is Purple are they going to be able to come back? This was in turn their proving point. Coming back, it was amazing. It blew away more of my expectations. This is my favorite Baroness album. It has some of my favorite Baroness songs on this one. Purple has the song Shock Me as well. Shock Me was the Grammy nominated for Best Metal Performance, and the one that I will never let live down, because that was the year that Megadeth beat them for Dystopia, and that's when Megadeth walked up to Metallica, Master of Puppets, to accept it, and it was a big mess. That was the year the Grammys were awful. They had Metallica and Lady Gaga play, and Metallica's microphone wasn't working. That whole thing. Anyway, Baroness was there, and they didn't win, and I'm still bitter about it. This album is amazing. Listen to some of the songs, and even just the singles, if you're into that. Shock Me, Chlorine and Wine. Love what they've done with this, with that groove and sludge metal. Can't recommend it enough. So, this is good variety. In This Moment, Baroness, Foster the People. Those are 3 different vibes that actually have some higher quality to them as well. I like that.
Yeah,
That worked out
solid.
well. So,
Yeah.
is there anything else we need to go over before we go to Super Chats and our festival booking?
Nope.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay. First off, Wolverines, thank you again for the 5 gift memberships. We will be doing Six Sad World Festival in just a moment, as you requested. Paul Urita, who gifted $3, several super chats, in fact, gave the like, and he also said, thank you for acknowledging me. Well, you're very welcome. Also said, I saw Creed, Three Doors Down, and Mammoth Wolfgang Van Halen. Very nice. Hope you liked it. A lot of people were saying it was a good show. Like, everyone I've heard saying it was a full production, like a lot of fun. So you know what? Creed did real well this year. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got technically 4. It only counts it like for 5 individual people. But if one more person does another super chat outside of Ellie Yeats, because he just did one we're about to get to, Ellie Yeats gave a super chat saying, okay, one more, adding to the pile. So if one more person does it, we'll go a 3rd day. However, we have 2 days worth of festivals to book. So Alex and Rowan, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right. Every week when we hit a light goal, we book a random festival, 5 bands, and we call it Boardwalk Fest, and we book it on a beach in Maryland and expect people to show up. Somehow, we have booked better lineups. Randomly. Somehow that's actually happened. However, this is a game where we book 5 random bands from a folder of over 200 with some qualifiers in there just to change things up occasionally. We are now going to start with the first day 1. What are we going to call today's festival? I don't even know.
This is the Wolverine one. Didn't he have like a request?
That's going to be day 2. So what's the Like Goal Festival? I don't even know.
Okay. Chaos Fest. I don't know. It's
Chaos
chaotic
Fest.
in here
Good.
right now.
Chaos Fest. It works. That's perfect. Chaos Fest for day 1. Thank you, Danny Quinn. Thank you very much. Dun, 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 dun. So everyone knows I don't cheat. Here's the folder. We've got another euro, $1. You know what? Fine. We'll do 3 days. Fine. I don't even care anymore. I think the goal thing is a little bit wonky. You know what? 3 days. We got a full festival. 5 bands each day. Let's go.
It's the holidays.
Day 1, Chaos Fest. Crowbots. Well, they've come up before like a couple months ago. Funk rock band. A lot of fun. Very nice. Band number 2. Idols. British punk. Totally different vibe, but they're great. They're nominated for like 14 more Grammys this year. The Grammys love them. Number 3. Ghost. My wife is now booking tickets to Chaos Fest. Number 4. Lamb of God. Wow, we're actually booking. This is so much better than Boardwalk Fest. It's ridiculous. And number 5. Power Man 5000. I don't know what I just walked into. This is a blast. I wouldn't put it on a beach, but I'm saying I would go to it. Yes or no in the chats? Happy Holidays Festival. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
My wife is happy. Okay, everyone in the chat, say yes or no, all caps, yes or no, if you would go to this festival. Yes or no. Alex, are you going to Chaos Fest?
Yes.
Rowan, are you going to Chaos Fest?
Hell yeah. Do you think Ghost would do like some sort of like beach theme for like their set design?
Ooh, he comes out in water wings and like the inflatable tube, like duck thing, like to sit on.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He still has the giant prosthetic head on, but he's just like, he's in a bathing suit and he has like the floaty.
Yeah, absolutely. He makes all the ghouls wear swim trunks over their robes and stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, then we could get a Ghost like song with Randy Blythe coming in to scream for like one song. Ooh, that'd be perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
It's fun.
Get a bullet in there.
Yes is across the board. Very nice. Very happy. Day 2, Wolverine Fest. Again, thank you, Wolverines, for the gifted memberships. Here we go. Day 2, Wolverine Fest. Band 1 of Monsters and Men. Perfect, soft opening. I'm a huge, diehard fan. I admit it's not the tone at all, but you better believe I'm already interested.
Imagine next one's Slaughter to Prevail or something.
Super heavy, like extreme. Yeah. Number 2.
Absolute opposite.
Yeah. Number 2. Kaleo. Wow. This actually has a very much indie alternative vibe to this. If you remember Way Down We Go. Both are from Iceland. Huh.
How funny.
That's interesting. Okay. Number 3. Tool. Looks like I'm going to Wolverine Fest. Tool and of Monsters and Men. Yep, I'm going to get there early. I would buy the deluxe package. Number 4. If I'm correct, that is In Flames. Going back to some Swedish metalcore. It works for me. Number 5. Rage Against the Machine.
I really got to know what would be like the ideal order of the lineup.
I would say Rage and Tool would be the headliners.
The headliners, yeah.
Rage just because of the novelty, because they're not doing anything right now. And then Tool. And that Kaleo opens, then In Flames, then Of Monsters and Men, then Tool, then Rage. Does everyone understand that order?
Yeah. Yes. It's cool we got Tool and Rage, because they work together. They have a lot of history together.
They're going to do Know Your Enemy, and Maynard could actually come out and do it. Yeah, that's perfect. So, yes or no in the chat, all caps, yes or all caps, no. Would you go to Wolverine Fest with Rage Against the Machine and Tool? Alex, are you going?
Yep.
Rowan, you going?
Hell yeah.
100% I'm going. There's no way you're keeping me from this. You can put it on the beach and I'll just deal with it. I don't care. Fine. I will deal with it. So, I'm seeing some yeses come in. Rage and Tool, yes. In Flames, people are happy about. Yeah. Lots of yeses. Day 2. This is also day 2 unanimous, it looks like. Yeah. All right. We hit our other super chat goal. What do we call day 3? This is going to be the pressure cooker right now. They have a lot to live up to. Day 3 should... What is it?
New Year's Fest? If we have a Happy Holidays Fest? I don't know.
There you go. New Year's Fest. This will be ringing in the new year because we haven't, like, it's not... Actually, let's do a Happy Holidays Fest because day 1 was Chaos Fest. Day 2, Wolverine Fest. Day 3, Happy Holidays Fest. Does that work?
Sure.
Band 1 of Happy Holidays Fest. Day 3. Primus. Okay. Number 2. Suicidal Tendencies. This has festival branding all over it already. Number 3. 311. Boy, did this take a different direction. Number 4. Code Orange. Favorites on the random game. They come up quite a bit, but that's okay. And number 5. Pennywise. So
Very punk heavy.
It's definitely punk heavy. I'm not sure who the headliner would be. Huh. I'm not sure. So we got 311.
First band?
311, Pennywise, Suicidal Tendencies, Primus. Who am I missing? 311, Pennywise, Suicidal Tendencies, Primus.
Isn't that it? Primus, Suicidal Tendencies.
Code Orange, Code Orange. I keep forgetting. Code Orange.
Wow, we're dumb.
Yes. Brain is fried. It's the holidays. Forgive us. Everyone, yes or no in the chat for day 3 for Happy Holidays Fest. I don't know how these 5 bands are going to make a holiday theme, but they'll figure something out. I would go. I don't know who's headlining. I would go. Alex, you said you would go?
Yeah, I would go.
Okay. Rowan, you going to go?
You know, it'd be difficult to think of a holiday theme, but when they figured out, it's going to be the greatest thing you've ever witnessed. So yes.
Actually, yes. Now they can see that. I could see them actually putting like a half pipe and skate decks at the grounds too, just for that day. And
then Primus is doing their thing. Whatever Primus's idea of Christmas.
Oh, Primus would do a Christmas song easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm seeing yeses across the board. We booked 3 festivals, and it worked out every single day. I don't know if that's happened before. That's impressive.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. That all worked out well. Reminder, hey, Boardwalk Fest. This is how you do random and it works. Get it? So, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Little reminder, there will be no podcast next week. The reason, we know no one's going to show up. It's Christmas Eve. So, I'm going to be taking a week break. Then we'll be back either on that Monday or Tuesday, probably that Monday. So long as we don't get together, we will have something for New Year's week. It might be the 30th. We have to iron some things out, like on a special day, one-time thing. The next podcast we do will be the year-end best and worst of 2024 podcast. It'll be more of a laid-back retrospective and look back at all the crazy things that happened this year. It's a lot of fun. Please tune in for that. I'll make all the notes on it on the community tab, Discord, socials, blah, blah, blah. So, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for the super chats and the gift memberships. They do help out a ton. Alex, anything you want to close with before we get to your joke of the week? Rowan, how about you?
I'm good.
Awesome. Top 10 albums 2024 video is almost being finished written. I'm hoping to have that up by Monday at the latest. Alex, do you have any joke you would like to end with for the podcast this week?
I do have to tell you guys this story, okay? So last Christmas, I went to the store with my dad to buy a fake Christmas tree, right? And the guy behind the counter said, "Are you going to put it up yourself?" My dad said, "Don't be disgusting. I'm going to put it up in the living room."
Oh my gosh, Alex!
Merry Christmas!
You just you just twisted this wholesome podcast.
It was my dad.
Then tell your dad he's in big trouble. Woof. Someone just said, "Oh, look at the innocence in the chat. We need a Santa joke. That'd be nice." And look what you gave
us. Once they get to the actual punchline. Demonetized.
I don't. Would they demonetize?
WTF?
Gross. Huh? No, everyone's reaction is valid. Wholesome.
Got like a disc tisk from Luke. Wow.
Yes, I was not expecting that.
I warned you guys a couple weeks ago. I was like, you know what? I got this idea.
The fresh scent of pine. Jesus.
Oh no! Troika S in the chat. You are grounded. Where's the outro? Where's the ending button? Goodness, I'm closing this podcast before I get kicked off my own channel by YouTube because there's so many people that are immature. Ugh, awful. Expecting a Santa joke, and we get that filth. That's right.
You prudes. All right. Wasn't that bad.